The Adam Gravitz Sports Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jack. Say hello, Adam.
What's going on, everyone? I know we do it every show, but is this our first show of the? No, it's not our first show of the year.
This is the first show of the year.
Fuck it is.
This is your last opportunity to say Happy New Year to people.
No, it is not. It is absolutely not.
It is January 14th. This is way past the last opportunity to say Happy New Year to anyone.
Oh, see, I'm saying you should not say happy.
No, I'm saying no one we missed the window, which is obviously the 5th.
Right.
You can't, once you get past the first week, you can't say Happy New Year anymore.
100%. No, I was just gonna say this weather fucking sucks. It is so fucking cold.
Yeah.
It's just it is so just unenjoyable to even be outside for any amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
I don't disagree.
Yeah. It just sucks.
No, it's super cold. The snow hasn't melted from the last
fuck
thing.
the snow. Yeah, I hate the snow.
Yeah.
But we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
I don't know where you want to start, so pick a place where you want to start. We'll go.
I mean, there's many things. We have obviously NFL playoffs. We have the college football championship coming up. We have the secretary cabinet nomination type things.
The Wizards are fucking trash.
Wizards stink. There's so many good stories.
Well, what do you want to start with?
We should start with the college football playoff championship preview.
Okay.
Ohio State versus Notre Dame. Your two favorite teams.
I don't hate.
I like how a couple weeks ago you were just like Ryan Day should be fired and his corpse needs to be dragged through the streets.
I never said that.
You said
no. I don't think Ryan Day is a great coach. I don't think it's hard to coach Ohio State. Maybe I'm just naive. I don't think it's really that hard to coach them. I'm sorry.
It's definitely easier when you have elite talent at every position.
Right. We could put Dez in an Ohio State polo and say he works for Ohio State, and he'd get a bunch of guys to go to Ohio State.
Okay.
It's not hard. It's a lot harder to do what Marcus Freeman's doing than what Ryan Day's doing.
Sure.
I mean, look, I'm rooting for Notre Dame to win on Monday night. I unfortunately think Ohio State will win the game. I mean, they're the most... Listen, talent-wise, their number 3 receiver could be the one on 80% of the teams in the country.
Yeah.
They're just so talented. They have 2 elite running backs. They've got a good offensive line. The defense has 6 guys that came back that should have gone pro that got NIL money. They are the more talented team. However, the thing about Notre Dame is they don't beat themselves for the most part. Except outside of last week's game against Penn State where they turned the ball over, they usually do not beat themselves up or beat themselves. What scares me about Notre Dame is they have injuries on the offensive line.
True.
And I believe they've already ruled out their starting left tackle. And a guard might not be playing. That's gonna be real hard missing 2/5 of your offensive line against one of the best defensive lines in the country. That would scare the shit out of me.
Ohio State is 8.5-point favorites.
Correct.
That's a large number.
It is, and I don't I agree with
and
you.
Historically, the championship games haven't been high scoring.
TCU Georgia was.
No. These aren't TCU Georgia teams.
I mean, Michigan played, what was it last year? Michigan against Washington? That was pretty high scoring, right?
I guess
I thought it was.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, again, what Notre Dame's problem is, again, they also don't have great weapons on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have great pass catchers. They need to utilize their good tight end, and they've got to force Will Howard into mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that, you have a chance. They're going to need some bounces to go their way. I think they can cover the spread. I do. I agree with you. I was waiting for that line to get to 10 and then maybe bet Notre Dame at 10.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's going the other way because I think it started at 9.5. Now it's at 8.5.
Yeah.
So maybe the start money's coming in on Notre Dame. But I think you'd agree. I think you'd pick, unfortunately, I think you would pick Ohio State to win.
Well, I would, yes.
They didn't look good, though, against Texas. If Texas doesn't run one of the dumbest goal line drives ever, that game's 21-21, correct? Because, you never do a pitch to the short side of the goal line. It doesn't work. But I guess I think
maybe all right. Maybe I don't know what crack I was smoking, but yeah, Michigan beat Washington 34-13. Georgia blew out TCU. Georgia Alabama was 33, 15-point spread, 20-point spread.
But I don't think. But here's the thing: I could see this game going under because Notre Dame's defense is so good.
Yeah, I know. As you said, Ohio State has a very good defense as well.
But Ohio State also didn't look good offensively against Texas, and I would say Notre Dame's defense is better than Texas. Yeah. But I still think I think Ohio State wins a close game, unfortunately.
Okay.
So that's what I think.
I have a hard time rooting for Notre Dame just in general. So
I don't have a problem with Notre Dame. I think my hatred for Notre Dame was predicated on Brian Kelly just being the biggest dickbag on planet Earth.
That's fair.
Like, I don't hate Notre Dame. I mean, I don't have ties to Notre Dame per se, but I don't hate Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. They can be a little snobby and pretentious. But I think that was just I just don't hate this team. I don't hate Marcus Freeman.
No.
Like I don't dislike him. Like I don't like Ryan. I do not like Ryan Day. I find Ryan Day
they're one of the best teams that money can buy.
True. Absolutely 100%
it's
fact.
Like the Dodgers. Like, okay, great. Good job. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I mean, but now again, did Ohio State spend the most money on NIL? No, but they were in the top like 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, don't act like, oh, we didn't spend as much as like Oregon, but yeah, you were like number 2 or 3. It's not like you weren't spending money. Like without NIL, you don't have 90% of that team back. So whatever. But yeah, I think Ohio State wins wins by like a touchdown. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. And then,
of course,
so that's college football. The NFL playoffs are in full swing. We have the Elite 8 of the bracket or whatever. I guess it's the divisional round.
No real massive upsets. I guess. I mean, I guess the Chargers lost, but like Justin, can we stop sucking Justin Herbert's dick every year? Also, no, I'm serious. Like, I'm gonna make this about Tua. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna make this about the Dolphins. Tua gets shit on all the time. Oh, he can't win big games. He can't win big games. What has Justin Herbert done in 5 years?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
Like, they were dominated by one of that was not a good Texans. That's not a good Texans team.
Yeah.
The other games, the game last night, we'll get to your fucking game soon. We'll get to your game next. But like, Sam Darnold may have cost himself a good chunk of money last night.
I don't think he did it. He's still going to get paid.
Which is crazy because like I don't think he's that good.
It's fine. He's still.
I don't.
He's
like,
the new Matt Ryan, where it's like,
where's he going? Where do you have him going? What, Pittsburgh?
Sure.
Yeah, that'll work out because I'm sure George Pickens will really get along with Sam Darnold.
Doesn't matter as long as he throws him the ball.
I mean, what's he gonna go? The Giants?
Sure.
I don't know. Like,
lots of teams need quarterbacks.
Okay, fine.
He's the best. I mean, the other guys available. Do you want to pay Aaron Rodgers? Do you want to pay? I mean,
okay. How about this? I would rather have Kirk Cousins if I knew he was getting cut. No, if they were going to do a Russell Wilson situation with him and take the dead cap and get him for cheap, yeah, I would take Kirk Cousins over Sam Darnold.
Kirk Cousins can't play.
Neither can Sam.
Sam Darnold is as bad as he was, is still way better than Kirk Cousins is right now.
Was it helpful to have Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones, and TJ Hawkinson?
Doesn't hurt.
I'd say it was. And instead, what, are you going to send him to the Giants where all he has is Malik Neighbors and Tyrone Tracy?
That's not bad.
What is wrong
and
with you?
And they'll draft another wide receiver.
Okay, Jack. You love to suck. I didn't know you were the president of the Sam Darnold
I'm not.
fan
You're
club.
just claiming that someone's not going to give him $45 million.
He's that good.
He's not that good, but that's what the market is. He's still going to collect. He's still going to collect big bank.
Whatever. Listen, I know all you want to talk about is your fucking Commanders winning like their 27th game in a row in a coin flip game. So go ahead, talk about your Commanders. Go.
No, Washington is the team of destiny this year. It's all it is.
Okay.
You're telling me the sports gods aren't shining upon them at this moment.
Oh no, they absolutely are. It's been realistic. Okay, you know who I compare the Commanders to?
Who?
They are the John Barr of the NFL.
Okay, that's a good reference for anyone who's in our fantasy league.
Then why don't you expound on the reference, you fucking asshole? I just said expound on the fucking reference then, Jack.
Well, in our fantasy football league, John won lots of games conveniently to him. I don't know why that's a great reference.
So you think the Washington Commanders are a legitimate 13-win team is what you're trying to fucking tell me. You know what? I'm so done with your shit, Jack.
Why are you so upset? They won 13 games.
Okay.
God bless them. They figured out how
you're
to
right.
win.
Because none of them were by the skin of their ass, right, Jack? No, of course not. They're the best team in football.
I didn't say they're the best team in football.
Unfucking believable.
I didn't say they're the best team in football.
Fucking believable.
I didn't say they're the best team in football.
You're just like every person. You're just like Grant Paulson, all these other fucking DC people in the media who just want to suck the Commander's dick.
You seem very upset by this.
Because
you have to be a certain level of good and organized to take advantage of opportunities.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. Okay, I'm so dumb.
They're good enough.
Because doinking a 37-yard field goal, that's just
they were in a position to kick a 37-yard field goal to win the game.
You're right. So winning 5 straight games, in the last second, is just normalcy.
It's unusual, but they pulled it off.
Oh, it's unusual. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you flip the coin 5 times and won 5 times in a row, that's just normal. That's just normalcy.
No, it's unusual. Okay. I said it's unusual. However,
I didn't even mention.
These are not all coin flip plays. These are not all coin flip plays.
I haven't even mentioned the Hail Mary. So you won 5 straight games in like the last 30 seconds of the game, and then a Hail Mary game. But that's
better than to lose it. Better than to lose it. Better than to lose it.
I know, Jack. You're right. You know what? Fuck it. You know what? You're gonna win the Super Bowl. You're right. You'll win 7 more. You win 4 more fucking games by 3 points or less.
I don't know why this is upsetting you so much. I also don't know how they beat Detroit. So I don't know. I don't see. The Detroit game is like the Drederick Tatum Homer Simpson fight where something dramatic has to happen.
I mean, I guess it may have helped the fact that you played a 4th place schedule this year, but whatever, it is what it is.
Well, I don't see how Washington beats Detroit.
Oh wow, you're actually being a logical Commanders fan on like 95% of this fucking town.
I don't know why you're so upset by this. Look, Washington has outperformed the expected value, but I don't see.
Yeah, it's okay. If we were doing a luck rating, they'd have a +5.
Well, okay, but their defense is not good.
Okay.
They have 1 receiver and a 40-year-old tight end.
But don't worry, they have Brian Robinson. You loved Brian Robinson this year.
I've never loved Brian Robinson.
You have loved Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson doesn't love Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson sucks. Can we admit that?
He runs the ball sometimes. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you mean he runs the ball just straight into just right up the gut and gets no yards?
His job is to soften up the defensive line.
Oh, soften. Okay.
Look, Washington, if you go pure stats, Washington has the 5th points scored per game. The Lions are 1st. Total yards per game, Washington 7th. Detroit 2nd. Passing yards per game, Washington 17th. Detroit 2nd. Defensively,
obviously the Lions are not. They're not strong.
Well, they're actually 7th in points against, and Washington is 18th. But the spread is only 3-point difference. So, you're presumably it's going to be a shootout. And I think Detroit has way more weapons than Washington does, so I feel like they should win. I think this is where the glass slipper has, or whatever, the pumpkin turns back, the trolley turns back in the pumpkin. There's no chance for Washington.
I wouldn't say there's clearly a chance.
No, you said there's no chance. You said they stink, and they're just lucky. Okay. They've gotten lucky.
No,
coin
I don't
flips.
think. Obviously, they don't stink. I'm just saying it has been. I mean, it's been the largest 4-leaf clover I've ever seen up a team's ass. That's all.
Generally speaking, you make your own luck. And so they put themselves.
God, I can't do this. I can't fucking do this.
No, I'm saying they put themselves in positions to take advantage of luck, and it worked.
Okay.
So. Okay. Now it's going to be harder probably next season, but the reality is they're.
Oh, you mean because they're playing a 2nd place schedule?
But this is all house money, right? Right now they've outkicked their coverage, and now everything is just gravy. So the season's already an A+, great, super success. Anything that happens,
yes, I'm well aware.
Anything else that happens, it is nice. It is nice when the football team I like is good.
Yeah. I know, of course it is.
I know it's an unusual snenario, but it's nice. We deserve it. They haven't won since Dan Snyder bought the team, so I feel like
we deserve it. I love it. We deserve it.
We deserve this. The Washington area has been devoid of success for a long, long time.
You're not even close to Minnesota. You want to talk about devoid of success? Minnesota's way worse than you.
Why is that?
Go look at Minnesota's track record.
The state.
The teams in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They haven't. When was the last time they won? 1991. No, I'm sorry. They didn't even win.
The Twins won a World Series in '91.
Okay, there you go.
And they won the Minnesota Lynx WNBA team won a championship in 2017.
You're gonna really do this? You're such a clown.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia. Hold on. Let's see.
Go ahead. The Timberwolves have never made an NBA Finals.
Yeah.
The Vikings have had some. Vikings, lost 4 Super Bowls.
Okay.
They've also been like one of the only teams to win 15 games in a regular season and lose in the playoffs.
Okay.
Who else? I mean, the Twins they lose in the playoffs all the time now if they make it. I'm just saying they have way worse.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. This area has had the Capitals and the Nationals win in the last 6 years.
You're still riding that Capitals victory for so long.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just telling you. You're saying like, oh, we've had it so tough. I'm just saying like, fine. Over the last 10 years, the Capitals and the Nationals have a title. Am I wrong?
It's true.
Okay, so you're not even close to Minnesota. So stop like being like, oh, woe is me.
No, you're right. We're not Minnesota.
So,
but it's also the same temperature as Minnesota is right now. So
it is. I mean, look, that's not even. Look, the best game of the 4 is obviously Baltimore, Buffalo. Oh
yeah, no, they're going to talk about who the MVP is the whole time. It's going to be great.
They will.
I mean, you have the best third down back in football, and Ty Johnson on the Bills against the other best third down back in football, and Justice Hill on the Ravens. I'm gonna slightly favor the Ravens because they have Derrick Henry, and I feel like this is just a Derrick Henry game. But why can't it be a James Cook game?
It could be. I'm just saying. I feel like this game is just. I trust the Ravens' run defense over the Bills' run defense.
That's fair.
Like if you look at the Ravens' stats for the year, I believe they're like number 1 or 2 in rush yards allowed per game.
They are first. Bills, that's correct. The Bills are 12th.
One of the Bills.
12th. However, the Ravens are 31st in pass yards against.
That was before they moved Kyle Hamilton to safety. They did some stuff with if you look at their last 7 games.
Well, over the course of the whole season, they're 31st.
I'm just saying they made some adjustments to their pass.
Okay, adjustments are important for sure.
I'm just saying I trust the Ravens a little bit more. That's all. Okay. I'm not saying they're going to win. I just feel like having Derrick Henry is a huge advantage.
It's a great equalizer.
And yes, I know you like James Cook. I'm just saying Derrick Henry, this is a game built for Derrick Henry.
He's my preferred Cook brother. So
okay, fine, Jack. You're unbelievable.
All right. So stupid. Well, so you're picking the Ravens.
I am.
Okay.
I'm picking the Lions, and you're picking the Commanders. That's fine.
So I mean, Ravens are just 1-point favorites. You're basically picking the Ravens heads up.
And you're picking the Commanders.
I am also picking the Ravens. I'm picking the Lions.
I mean, I'm picking the Chiefs.
I said.
Fine, and I'm picking the Chiefs, and then I'm picking the Rams. I think the Rams pull it off. I think the Rams beat the Eagles.
I mean, I don't even like the Chiefs, but Houston is so bad, and I don't understand how they made it here.
Houston is so bad. I
don't know how they made it this far.
I don't either.
They are so mediocre across so many levels. Their stats.
Well, I mean, it helps when Justin Herbert throws 4 interceptions.
Doesn't hurt.
So there you go.
I mean, they're middle of the pack in passing yards, total yards, points
everything
scored.
You're saying,
all their stats. Their defense is mediocre. Their offense is mediocre.
Everything you're saying,
has regressed into mediocrity.
Here's the one thing they've got: if they do have a good pass. They do have a good defensive line. If they can force Mahomes into if they can force him into they can sack him, get some pressure on him. Who knows?
I don't know, man. It's just
I agree with you. I think Kansas City wins, but Kansas City also doesn't cover games either. They might. I mean, that line is a lot of points for a Kansas City team that is not very good offensively.
Fair, but I'm still taking Kansas City.
What?
I'm still taking Kansas City, and 8.5.
I agree. I'm not saying Kansas City will win. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. I'm just saying, it could be an ugly, very ugly game.
Okay. What do you think about Philly and the Rams win?
I think the Rams win. I do. I trust. Well, again, biased because I love Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, 2 studs from FSU, and you saw Jared Verse last night. Had the 57-yard fumble return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Kid's a fucking stud. I told you he's going to be a stud. I'm sure during the NFL draft preview we did, I'm sure I said he was a fucking stud.
Probably.
That I wanted the Dolphins to get him. I'm sure I did. I mean, their offense is awesome. The one thing that scares me about the Rams is they're an undersized defense. And if I were the Eagles, I would have a similar game plan to what I had against Green Bay, and I would just pound the shit out of them. And that would scare me.
I see.
I mean, I believe Saquon had 225 yards the last time they played. rushing, something in that range.
Okay.
So, but I'm just gonna roll with the Rams juju and say they win. I don't know. I'm gonna trust Stafford to make a couple plays. I'm probably wrong on all my picks, but
I'm always like expecting Philadelphia to stink, and then I'm like never right. So
I mean, listen, I don't think Jalen Hurts is a very good quarterback.
I don't disagree with you.
I mean, Matt Stafford's better, but I'll take the Rams to win. Like, I'll take the Rams in an upset. So there you go. I'll take the Rams in an upset.
It's a 6-point spread. That's a lot.
Yeah. So again, I will take the Rams in an upset.
I think the Eagles win, but it's like 3.
So then the Rams would cover. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Those are my picks.
Okay. So we'll see how it goes.
And we all know that I'm better at picking games than you, so.
Oh, fuck off, Jack.
I think we also had all the same picks anyway.
Okay. I think we did. Or we had general. No, I had the Rams. You have the Eagles.
Well, I picked the Rams to.
Right, but I picked
cover.
the Rams to win out, actually.
Oh, well, fine. Same difference.
Okay, fine.
Same difference. And then I think that's NFL picks. We can talk about the Trumpy stuff, or we can get into your Wizards.
We can do the Wizards for a couple minutes, and then we get into the Trumpy shit.
All right, so the Wizards continue to be the worst team in basketball, maybe history.
I don't know if they'd have to win. They'd have to win 2 games the rest of the year to be the worst team in history. I think they can win more than 2 games, Shaq. I do. But go ahead, keep on going.
Well, the biggest thing we're concerned about this moment is that some of the on the court lineup choices are questionable. Guys like Kyle Kuzma is only averaging like 14 points a game. He's shooting 25% from 3-point range, and his free throw percentage is 56%, and he's still seeing starting lineup spots. He's getting huge chunks of minutes when guys who are performing highly, like Jared Butler,
Justin
or Champagnie, are riding the pine and then only get their usage rates continue to decrease despite having high efficiency numbers. What are the Wizards doing?
I don't know. To me, this is Brian Keefe is basically just a white Wes Unseld Jr. He's doing nothing different than what Wes did. Like, he was supposed to be a defensive coach. They play no defense. They were supposed to play the young guys. He doesn't play the young guys. Like, I read you Jared Butler's like 4 games and he got 20 minutes in. Mm-hmm. What did he do, Jack? Double figures in every game and like 6 or 7 assists.
High efficiency, yeah.
And then the next 2 games he plays a combined 15 minutes?
Doesn't make sense.
That's just coaching malpractice. I'm sorry. That is coaching malpractice. And I don't want to
terrorism.
hear like, oh, well, they're showcasing the veterans for a trade. I don't care if you give Malcolm Brogdon 45 minutes a game. You're not getting a first-round pick from Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how much you showcase Malcolm Brogdon.
Same. Kuzma is what he is, and he stinks more. The more you show off,
Well, we
the worse
fucked
he
that
gets.
one up because we could have gotten the 13th pick in last year's draft for him. So,
yep.
Well done, Wizards. Yeah, I mean, look, Justin Champagnie and Jared Butler should be playing 25 minutes a game each. I don't find the minutes for him. I don't care. If that means Kyle Kuzma plays 20 minutes, then guess what? Kyle Kuzma plays 20 fucking minutes.
Yep.
Like, we don't owe, like, stop acting like we owe Kyle Kuzma anything. Like, his body language on the court shows he doesn't want to be here. Correct?
Yep.
So why are we, this is the problem with this organization. You would agree. How many times was it under Wes Unseld Jr. did we give the veterans a pass for everything?
All the
time.
time.
Then he would punish Denny if Denny had one bad fucking turnover.
Yeah.
And now what? Jared Butler actually plays really well, and then what? You punish Jared Butler?
Does make sense.
So yeah, I mean, like, look, this all works out in the end if we get Cooper Flagg, but like, if they fall to the 5th pick or the 4th pick, like, then it was all for nothing. It really was. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I know that sucks about the NBA that, like, the number 1 team or the worst team only has a 14% chance to get the number 1 pick. But, like, this team is in desperate need of a superstar. Mm-hmm. Like, they have they have some complementary pieces. You'd agree there.
Yeah.
They need the high ceiling, like, high performance guy.
Yeah.
So that's Cooper Flagg. That's Dylan Harper. You need one of those 2 guys.
Yeah.
Like, so just keep on, like, that's it. Again, I think we both agree Brian Keefe is not a good coach.
No, he's not.
He's not a good coach.
A placeholder.
But even as a placeholder, he sucks. Do you think he's okay? You watch a lot of games. Do you think anything he does is different than what Wes Unseld Jr. did for 2 years?
There's nothing he does that I couldn't do with my eyes closed.
Thank you. No, I mean, I'm serious.
No, you look at Jared Butler's usage rate. When he was getting 20 minutes a game, he'd score nearly 20 points a game with like 50% shooting from 3.
And even in garbage time, when he got 7 minutes, he was getting like 7 points and 3 rebounds or 3 assists.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. And we don't need to see. We know what Kyle.
And then what? The worst part is that he does a 1-question press conference and then just walks away.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm done with him. I don't care if everybody in the NBA respects Brian Keefe and this. I don't give a shit what Kevin Durant thinks of Brian Keefe or what other players around the league think of Brian Keefe. He's not a good coach. As you said, you could close your eyes and do the same shit as Brian Keefe. He's not help. Is he teaching them how to shoot better?
Doesn't appear so, unless you're talking about Jared Butler, but I don't think he's working with him.
Is he working with any of the young players to shoot better, Jack? Yes or no?
I couldn't tell you.
For the most part, yes or no? Just answer the question.
Well, the young guys are not shooting well, so the argument seems
and that's
right.
because Brian Keefe does not. That's because Brian Keefe didn't hire a shooting coach, which he should have done, knowing that he brought in some guys that were questionable shooters. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Has he taught them to play any semblance of defense?
It does not appear that they're playing defense.
Just give me the normal answer. Has he taught them to play any semblance of defense?
Look, just because I paid that woman off doesn't mean that anything happened.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make is I don't care if he's a placeholder. I do not want him as the coach next year for the Washington Wizards.
I would agree.
I know that he's going to be because nobody's going to want this job. But as soon as his team shows any signs of life, fire Brian Keefe.
Well,
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't care. And by signs of life, I don't care if they win 27 games next year.
Yeah.
Fire Brian Keefe. He's not a good coach.
Agreed.
He's not. He is a great lead assistant. That is what he is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
He is not an NBA head coach.
Well, he'll go back to doing that in like 2027.
Probably. I would hope 2025, but you're right.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. He's having a good time. Cares.
Sure.
No
as
stress.
you mentioned, you mentioned your favorite president is his nomination for defense secretary was today.
Yeah,
the hearing was today.
Hearing. Yeah, it is a spirited day of where the Republicans cut it in half. They didn't allow a second round of questions, so that was good.
Which is not normal at all. I mean, I sent you a bunch of clips. It seemed like Pete Hegseth is his name. Seemed like he did really, really well, I would say, right? You'd say he did really well?
For someone, a domestic abusing alcoholic TV anchor
whose only experience is being in the military for a few years.
I don't want to diminish his military.
No, I'm not diminishing that he was in the military for a few years.
I believe. Let's just see what his deal is here. Did he serve? He was a major in the Army National Guard. So that makes him. He was in Iraq, I believe. Okay. So that means he qualifies to be the Secretary of Defense. No, does not qualify you. That qualifies you to perhaps one day run for senator. I would highly recommend if he wants to be in politics, he should, parlay his TV appearances into running for Congress, maybe a state senator. Those are things that he is qualified for. But Secretary of Defense is the CEO of the largest employer of people in America. Correct. Many, many thousands of. And this is also a guy who disparages women in the military as well. Constantly. Yes. So today's hearing was a disgrace. He was terrible. They asked him some pretty basic questions, and I say the links, he could not answer any of them. Correct. Like they asked him, what was it? Like what are the countries in the South? Well, I forgot, like ASEAN or something. Yeah. He couldn't do it. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations. He couldn't do it. Yeah. Like he couldn't answer simple questions. I mean, it's Indonesia, Vietnam, Laos, Brunei, Thailand, Myanmar, Philippines, Cambodia, Singapore, Malaysia. But we don't know that, but he should know that. All right. If I were interested in that position, I would probably know things about the world. Yeah. Right. He didn't do that. So again, today was a disgrace. The only people that thought he was good was, shocker, Trump. Republicans who were just like kissing his ass. How many push-ups can you do?
the worst part is he's going to be confirmed.
He's going to be confirmed. There's nothing you can do.
It's a joke, but that's because, again, this is what happens when you elect a person with the IQ of a lima bean to be the president of the United States.
Well, that's unfair to lima beans.
I know. I apologize to lima beans.
I
do apologize to lima beans. I'm sorry.
It's
no, it's embarrassing. It's just
but
don't worry.
Unqualified.
Hey, don't worry. We might lose Comcast soon because whiny bitch boy got mad because a late night television host made fun of him. So now he wants Comcast off the air.
I mean, I don't know. But
I can't. But yet he's allowed to call people morons and disparage people, but Seth Meyers can't.
Well,
and Jimmy Kimmel can't.
Meanwhile, you got Nancy Mace trying to ask Crockett to go outside.
Oh, wait, I thought Nancy Mace had a major injury from shaking the hand of a transgender person or something, right? Didn't you see that? Remember that? Remember her arm was in a sling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no longer a thing. What a surprise. There's such trash. Oh, and I mean, your girl Midge had some stupid bullshit comments, and
well, you know,
it's just
they're whatever. It's
we're living in idiocracy. You say it every time, and when we post this podcast, I hope all you psycho Trump fuckers comment on our. Shut up, Jack.
No, so they're gonna do nasty comments anyway because they're not going to listen. They're not going to listen for 32 minutes and 18 seconds to get to the content they want. So they're going to argue, and this is what they do. This is what you morons do: is you make comments before even watching the video, and you're like, "You libtards, whatever, this and that."
Cool.
And it's like,
I guess I'm a.
But thank you for the click. You're not going to make it this far. But if you had made it this far, you've made it to the end of the video club. Leave a comment below, and we'll be proud of you. They're a bunch of losers. I would just note that we should, you know, it's fun in games to make fun of how stupid you all are, but I'm not gonna take every dumb thing that Trump does and be like outraged by it because that's exhausting. So
no, I'm not either.
The big dumb of having an unqualified, Secretary of Defense is problematic because he's gonna be wielding a $900 billion budget and all the armies to presumably turn the military on the people of America, which seems like which
is awesome. Yeah. So yeah, again, I'm not gonna send you something every day, but like when I see shit like wants to get rid of Comcast because Seth Meyers made fun of him,
and that's just stupid. He's not shutting down Comcast.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you get my point. Like, you get what I'm saying.
No, I get that. That sounds like a thing a crazy person says because he's crazy and really stupid. He also doesn't understand. He wants the External Revenue Service, which is also known as like what is that?
The External Revenue Service, like. He still doesn't know how tariffs. It's like he wants a collection agency to go to like fucking Norway to collect money. He's so dumb. Mm-hmm. What's he gonna do? Send like Mark Wayne Mullen or one of those clowns?
He's gonna send a goon to the Netherlands with a baseball bat.
What are you gonna send Vivek to go collect money from fucking Russia?
Yo, where's the money? Where's the money, Pootie?
It's so dumb.
He's like the external, like, oh man, let's talk about the money you owe us. You know, it's like, what are you doing?
He's so stupid. Like, not only that, but then they decided that like for his crapple inauguration, they're not gonna keep the flags at half staff to honor Jimmy Carter because it's Donald Trump's day. Are you fucking kidding me?
He's the sibling whose birthday it's not, who also gets a present because he feels bad.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Just a baby. Just a baby
beyond
bitch.
Embarrassing.
A baby bitch.
It is so embarrassing that we have a toddler as the president of the United States.
Well, not yet.
It really is.
We still have 5.5 days.
You get my... Why don't you just... Okay.
I agree with you, but yes, it's embarrassing.
He's a toddler.
Yeah, it's fine. Toddler.
He is.
Toddle. I mean, he does toddle. He waddles because his legs don't work because he's...
Oh, but don't worry. We're going to be getting a Melania documentary soon. I'm sure you're really interested in that one, Jack. Melania, what have you done? Please tell us about your struggles. I was a nude model and I married a guy 40 years older than me.
It's so hard being a mail order bride. It's tough.
Basically, yeah. Congratulations on being a mail order bride, you fucking whore.
Okay, well that's technically she doesn't work directly for money. It just gets put in her account.
Okay. Wait. She gets money for having sex with him probably once a month, maybe once a year.
I don't know the frequency of that.
So that would make her a whore.
Or maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's now to the point where she's already paid off her debts.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
And her allowance is now commensurate with her. That's why she has to release the show, because she needs to get paid because she hasn't gotten her normal salary.
Okay.
But I have heard, so folks in Guitar YouTube have received some Trump guitars, and the one of my friends, Max, was loaned one because he didn't actually buy one, which is great. The story is that he got the $11,000 model, and the verdict is it's almost as good quality as a $200 Chinese import. So,
shocker!
Congratulations to all you Trump fans who bought Trump guitars. You just threw away a bunch of money. So, but at least they're showing up, which is an improvement over previous like Trump sneakers that I don't believe ever arrived anywhere. Remember the week of the Trump watches? Remember that?
I do. I saw a Trump $2 bill was being sold for $24.99.
It's not real money. Just buy a fucking poster, you
I
moron.
just can't do it anymore. It's just, we live in just such a stupid country.
You know what, though?
We really...
Here's where we're smart, too, is we're not going to waste all our money on Trump merchandise. Because we're going to get free Trump prison jumpsuits when we get rounded up. So there's that. We get that for free.
I guess. All right, this has been a show.
Right.
This is the first one of the year. This is nice.
Yeah, I didn't make a new song because I didn't care. So for Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Have a great night.